You know what Cooper Flagg's like internal monologue probably was, or internal like soundtrack?
What's up?
Like it was nothing smooth this weekend because he was at Team USA playing as part of the select squad against, I can only imagine, everyone he's watched play basketball growing up.
Oh, yeah. Easily. By far.
Cooper Flagg was the only college player selected amongst the select USA team to scrimmage against Team USA.
He's not even in college yet.
And he's a 17-year-old, should have been high school senior.
Yeah.
And he was defending, say, Anthony Davis, LeBron, Kawhi Leonard. Name your superstars, right? Steph Curry, might get switched up onto an Anthony Edwards.
There's Joel Embiid right there.
Yeah. Gosh. Mouse and mouse.
MVPs.
Yeah. Whole bunch of them. I mean, just imagine how many MVPs between LeBron, Steph, Embiid. I don't even know who is Harden on the team. I don't know. Westbrook, definitely not. But still. Just naming MVPs now. Finals MVPs, throw Kawhi Leonard in there. Tatum, although not a Finals MVP, should have been. Cooper Flagg was there. Does anyone else realize how crazy that is? At 17 years old and scrimmaging against Hall of Famers every day. And when you're not scrimmaging against the Hall of Famers, you're doing drill work with the Hall of Famers. And when you're not doing drill work with the Hall of Famers, you're doing drill work with guys like Steve Kerr and Eric Spoelstra and that coaching staff. It's crazy. Like even Steve Kerr, I saw this anecdote come out of Team USA. Steve Kerr was surprised by how hard LeBron practices. And he looked at Ty Lue, who's on the coaching staff, and Eric Spoelstra, who's on the coaching staff, both guys that have coached LeBron in the past, and said, is this just what he does? And they said every drill, every walkthrough, every practice. Imagine how valuable, like Steve Kerr played with Jordan. Steve Kerr played with Tim Duncan. And he's still learning things about how hard LeBron practices. Imagine how valuable that is for Cooper Flagg to watch. I don't winning the offseason gets you as many banners to hang as, winning a video game championship. It doesn't actually get you anything, but Duke is doing it. Which is wild considering they started off by losing 10 players to the pros, to the portal, to everywhere else that they went. Graduation. They had 2 players on their roster at one point in time. Now they're just winning the offseason. And you can look at me and go, oh, you're overhyping Cooper Flagg being there. Yeah, maybe, but nobody else is there. Nobody else is getting that tutelage. Nobody. Because I'm a sucker. Have you ever seen the Dream Team documentary with Magic Johnson doing all the hee where he was telling the story?
Yes.
With Magic going Charles Barkley came down, he got Carl, off the glass. Good. I said, Carl, you got to get him back, Carl. And then it's legendary. If you don't know what I'm saying, just Google Magic Johnson with a hee and it'll all figure out. But I'm a sucker for Team USA basketball, especially behind the scenes. So they're putting out little practice clips and everything from this Team USA scrimmaging, and it's against Cooper Flagg, and it's against some of the young guys in the league. And Peyton Pritchard, who's fresh off his NBA championship with the Celtics, right?
Yeah.
He was the guy hitting half-court shots, is playing in the game. And I saw LeBron James get matched up in transition on Peyton Pritchard. Now, Peyton Pritchard is very tall for a normal human. He's 6'1", 6'2", something like that. That's not very tall in the NBA, and he darn sure doesn't have the size and strength to guard LeBron. And LeBron got matched up with him on the wing, and I'm sitting there thinking this is a scrimmage. LeBron's gonna pass it out and work the offense. Heck no. He said, mouse in the house, got a small guy guarding me, backed him down, off the glass, good. And I went, this is what Cooper Flagg needs. So then I see the ball. I see another clip. Cooper Flagg gets the ball on the wing. And I'm going, let's see what he does. And he makes a little half-hearted move, kind of one of those, I don't know if I want to do this, but I don't want to say I didn't.
Well, let's try it, see what happens here.
Absolutely annihilated, blocked by Anthony Davis. Fair, happens, right?
Yeah, happens to a lot of people.
Yep, happens to 25-year-olds that are making $40 million a year.
It's probably happened to guys on this roster.
Yep, exactly, very much so. Blocked it, but it bounces to one of his teammates. Cooper Flagg gets a cut, dunks it. with Anthony Davis not getting dunked on, but standing there watching like, oh, all right. That stuff is invaluable.
There's another play, I don't know if you saw this, where I think Davis had blocked a shot and the ball came to the Flagg at the free throw line, starts driving down the lane, gets Anthony Davis to go up, goes behind the back pass. I forget to who it was for a dunk.
Off the right side, yep.
I was like, oh, you just got one of the best defensive players in the entire NBA to like commit. You went behind the back with the pass? Okay.
Attract the help,
the goal.
Replace the help with the pass, a little around the back action to make it a little globetrottery.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay.
Just the
onion's on you, kid.
The gall, I was going to say, the gall just to attempt the pass. But you may be saying, right, wait, you said Duke won the offseason. You're basically just explaining how Cooper Flagg is playing well.
Yeah.
Which, yes. But then, you get down these rabbit holes. Zion James is a fifth-year transfer to Duke from Tulane, 4-year player from Tulane. He was at the CP3 Elite Camp, right? A lot of these best players throw these camps where they get together some of the best high school players, some of the best college players at their position. Little each one teach one, right? Little reach back and help the next generation.
Like tight end you.
Exactly. Only mostly with the younger, not like, CP3 isn't like,
pros. Yeah.
inviting Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Like, let me teach you what I can do here. But they got together a bunch of the point guards. Zion James is there. Or I'd say perimeter players, combo guards. Zion James is there, a transfer from Tulane to Duke. This guy is a bully. He looks like Debo Samuel out there, like big shoulders, not afraid of contact, driving to the bucket. I don't know if it's the most skilled possessions I've seen in college basketball, but you can avoid a certain level of skill if you can just run people over and they bounce off of you. Here's my prediction. I think Zion James is going to get himself into some foul trouble this year occasionally with bad charge calls where it's just like it's probably a foul in the defense, but we can't call a foul on a guy with sneaker tracks on his face. Like, you ran him over. He wasn't situated. He wasn't set, but he took the brunt of it, just like whoever wins the fight always gets in trouble. Like, he's going to win some fights on block charge calls, and he's going to get in trouble for it. So I'm looking at what Duke's doing, and I'm saying I see the vision from Scheyer. You bring in the Cooper Flaggs, the Maluashes, the top prospects, who are all very young. Maluash, very young. Cooper Flagg, very young. And then you bring in the Zion James, and you bring in Big Ten sixth man of the year from Purdue, and you bring in a few players who are also kind of grown man strong, and you establish roles. Cooper Flagg, you're going to be a little finesse right now, right? You're 6'10", 120 pounds. You're going to do your best. Zion James, when things get physical, we're 23 power. We're running it downhill. ISO to Zion James is also, a fullback dive. Like we have our scat back and we have our fullback. And that's something that I think Duke needs. Right now, that's on the perimeter. They have some guys that can do it down low as well. I think that's one thing they were missing last year. They had a lot of finesse guys and not as many full-grown, yes, I'm 23, but I look 34. Like, you need a couple of those as well. And Zion James was at CP3's elite camp, honing those skills, while Cooper Flagg was learning how to get by with his svelte frame and baby face against Anthony Davis and Joel Embiid and everybody that plays basketball for Team USA. It's a win-win right there.
Need some guys to forecheck.
Exactly. Exactly.
Well, it's something that we talked about last year with Duke is just like they lacked physicality.
Yep.
Maybe that's the whole point. It's like, hey, I need you to come in here and you know what? We'll take a penalty, or we'll take a penalty. We'll take a foul, like here or there if you get called for a charge. If you're establishing like, I don't want to step in front of that guy again.
Exactly. And
you'll take one of those 5 minutes into the game. It's like, all right.
And the Mason Gillises of the world, the transfer from Purdue, Malik Brown, who they brought in from Syracuse. These are other guys, like, they're not young kids. You know what I mean? Gillis is a graduate transfer. Malik Brown is a junior. Like, these are not guys that are going to come in with baby fat. They're going to come in with, I've been in a college basketball weight room for 3, 4, 5 years, and I'm ready to go. So again, and I can hear UNC and NC State fans screaming this, like, you don't get banners for, having a really good July 4th weekend of development. You don't hang banners for that. I get it. But every little bit counts, right? And Duke had a long way to go from having 2 players on their roster, and they're making up that ground in leaps and bounds.